it's the major conference on urban issues that we have, actually. We have gathered last year more than 25,000 participants. Baku will be very strategic for us because it is just placed after 10 years of the new urban agenda. This is the main commitment endorsed by member states almost 10 years ago in Quito, Ecuador. So next year we are at the midterm review of the new urban agenda. But mostly important, we are looking ahead to the next 10 years of the new urban agenda. What is it that we can do in the next 10 years? It also marks the first year of UN Habitat's new strategic plan. So now we have a greater focus on overcoming the global housing crisis, making sure that everybody has access to adequate housing, land, basic services, that we are able to address the major challenges of informal settlements. So this is the conference where we are going to gather the stakeholders, where we are going to gather the practices, where we are going to build a critical mass and promote this very rich interaction between governments, national governments, local governments, the civil society, the academia, the social movements. I believe the city and the country itself has been promoting examples of sustainable urbanization. It's also interesting to acknowledge that Baku also hosted a climate conference. And this conjunction is very critical for us today. So we have now more than half of the population living in cities. Very soon, 70% of the population is going to be living in cities in 2050. And this means that cities are very critical to address the climate challenges that we have. Cities represent over 75% of energy consumption, more than 70% of emissions, and a really vulnerable spot in terms of suffering the impacts of climate change. Let's look at sea level rise. Let's look at the flooding, landslides, fires, you name it. So this intersection, the fact that Baku and Azerbaijan, they have been fostering innovative experiences of urban transformation, of reconstruction, of recovery, of building resilience in cities is critical. The forum here will be also very critical for the whole area, for the whole region, in really promoting awareness about the importance of cities for all the major challenges that we face. Climate, I mentioned, but we also have major social challenges and many crises that we are facing right now. The solutions are in cities, and the forum will help us to promote this awareness and to strengthen the urban agenda in this region. This forum will also be very critical and very important because we are bringing a lot of innovation. So for the first time, we will have a practices hub. This is one of the highest demands that we receive from cities, from member states, access to practices, access to experiences. We are now at a turning point where we have all this multiple crises affecting the planet, affecting the people that are living mostly in cities. So it's very important that we understand what's going on and what cities, what countries are doing out there to overcome these major challenges. So a practices hub, capacity building has been one of also the most important demands that we have been receiving. We'll have the academia space. And also, we really hope that this edition of the World Urban Forum will really, be meaningful in the sense of recognizing this conference as the space to engage with stakeholders. It was created actually 20 years ago to be the stakeholder engagement mechanism for UN Habitat. And in times of UN reform, it will be a critical space for the UN system to interact with stakeholders on major challenges that we are facing in cities.